Welcome to Indie Advocates Presents Last Rites. For those of you tuning in who don't know the news, you can hear Jax is excited in the background. Who haven't heard the news, Written Sins has become Indie Advocates. We've evolved into Indie Advocates, and all shows are now under them. As a matter of fact, this is the first show under the Indie Advocates brand, and we're excited to bring you issue 9 of Last Rites, and this is back and before they blast off. This is Kickstarter Last Rites, issue 9, bloody larceny of eggs and kaiju gods while searching for a mentor. That's a mouthpiece, and I know Of and Larceny is together. We'll have to fix that post-show. So here we go, Kickstarter Last Rites. Let's see what's going to be on the show today, shall we? On today's show, we are going to feature, and of course, remember that it only takes $1 to support any of the projects you're going to see today, and $1 can show support, attract attention, help fund projects, support indie creators, and help create new worlds. I am, of course, the voice of Indie Advocates. I wound up being able to keep my job as the brand switch, so I am the voice that advocates for indie comics. I am Mr. Anderson. This is Kickstarter for the Independent Creators, 2nd edition, a practical informative guide to crowdfunding by Madeline Holly Rising. Today, on today's show, we're going to talk about Crazy 9. We're going to talk about Simon Blood, Multi-Larceny, Nightmare on Egg Street, Kaiju Gods, and Mentor Search. I promise I didn't make it highlighted on purpose. I don't know how that happened. It just happened to be a fun coincidence. So we're going to be going over these Kickstarters today and checking them out in detail, and we'll come back at the end of the show and give you their elevator pitches. For now, let's jump on to Crazy 9.
Allow your mind to wander into vibrant urban jungles, teeming with color and excitement, where entrancing characters greet you on every corner, each with their own destiny and secrets. A young woman stands in the road, running her fingertips through a waterfall of violet hair. She catches your eye. The stainless steel barrel of a gun glistens in the moonlight as it rests against her temple. She pulls the trigger. She is now empowered by the drug Crazy 9. Crazy 9 is a new drug which can unlock a distinct superpower that resides inside everyone. Encased in a bullet, administered via a shot to the head, resulting in invisibility, super strength, telekinesis, or any power hidden in their subconscious mind.
Hi, my name is Joe Spicer. I created Crazy 9, which is a story about a drug that unlocks your hidden super abilities. These stories are about different individuals with different backgrounds and what they would do with ultimate power. The elusive drug dealers AM and PM are testing humanity to see what they would do with these powers. They're kind of like their experiments. What would you do with powers like this? Would you be a criminal? Would you be a hero? Would you take revenge? Or would you seek justice? All these stories are woven together by the detective of the story. I call it super noir, a cross between superhero comics and crime noir comics, split up in 9 short stories by 9 different artists. This book could have been drawn all by one person, but that wasn't the point. The point was to see other artists' take on this story. I've been working in the independent industry for 19 years, and I've acquired a lot of amazing, talented friends, and I've invited them to join me on this crazy journey. I want you guys to be part of this, and I need your help. I've paid for half the artists to complete the project. The other half is just about finished. That's where you guys come in. I need your help to help fund the project and pay the remaining artists to finish their stories. Your funds will help pay for the artists, pay for the book to be printed, pay for the posters, prints, and other rewards that I have listed below. Please help me by funding the project and get the book. It's going to be revolutionary. It's going to be amazing. You're going to be so happy you bought it. I am an artist. I am an art collector, and these are some of the best artists that I know. Please join me on this crazy journey and be part of the Crazy 9 story. It's time to get crazy.
Now, before you go on, if you guys hear like bird and certain words, my son's doing flashcards on my lap, so you guys might hear some weirdness every so often, but buddy boy's learning to talk, so you know, being a dad never stops. All right, so while he's doing his flashcards, let's take a look at this amazing project. So here's the pitch. Allow your mind to wander into the vibrant urban jungle teeming with the color and excitement where unique and enticing characters greet you at every corner, each with their own destiny and each with their own secrets. A young woman stands in the road, running her fingertips through a waterfall of blonde hair. She catches your eye. The stainless steel barrel of a gun glistens in the moist sunrise as it rests against her temple. She pulls the trigger. Boom. Now she's infected with the drug Crazy 9. Soon she will know her destiny. So just imagine how crazy that is, right? So to be able to do this and to become a superhero, you have to actually shoot yourself in the head. Now, what if you're one of those freaks? It's always a freak. It's always someone it doesn't work for. What if you pull a trigger and your mutant ability was to die? You know, like how much would that suck? But I don't know if they really cover that as an issue or not, but it definitely looks cool. That catches my mind as something that is amazing. Here you go, some of the heroes from it. You got the Great Beyond, the High Noon Bushido, the Change Bandits, Nostalgia, Old Glory, Think Tank, Pinwheel, and Calipi? So it's definitely looks like interesting. I love the fact that they did a bullet. I mean, I know we're in a time where bullets are bad, and I get there's like something against that, and we're not going to make this at all political. This is more a vehicle for the book. So it's used as part of the book. Let's not turn this into something it's not. It's a clever idea because that's how the people get their powers. It's definitely got some interesting art. I mean, look at that. That's just very, very interesting the way that's done. I still think it's insane shooting yourself in the head to be able to get these powers. That's so cool. So here we go. Here's the creative team behind Crazy 9. This is the artist. You have Joe Spicer. You got Jacob. You got Noah. You got Danny. You got Samex. You got Grant. You got Dominique. You got Sage. And you got Roberto. Didn't say last names because I often screw them up. You guys can check them out for yourself. Not a huge last name guy, because I always seem to screw them up, and I don't want to disrespect anyone. First names are easier for me. So definitely has some cool features over here. You guys can see. It's got the whole 9 yards. I like that. It's got 9 lives. Bullet Farmer. You get the printed book, the PDF, the poster, the exclusive poster prints, and an engraved bullet for $75. That's not bad. And I say this on Kickstarter talk, and I'll talk about it on Last Right. Some of the things that you guys get here are going to be collector items, you know, and this is a talented group. I would not doubt for a second that someone in this group could hit it huge in the next year or two, to the point where we're talking about them working for the Big Two, or talking about them working on a book for the Big Two, and they're causing a huge positive ruckus with the amazing creativity that they have. And then this will link back to them, and there's nothing to say it won't be more than one of them. This is definitely a unique group. Sorry, I just noticed I left you guys on words. I meant to leave you there. The Crazy 9 book cover itself looks awesome. I'm down. I'm getting me a Crazy 9. This looks amazing. It's 92 pages long. It's the super noir comic, Crazy 9. I definitely enjoyed covering this. This is Last Right, so of course time is running out. So we're going to go up here. We're going to look at the tally clock. Now, there's a lot of room to grow here. 3 days to go. It's not impossible. It's improbable. But that doesn't mean that we can't support it. You know, and I want to just put out right there, I am signed out. People have asked me to do the show to not have favoritism, so I try to do the show not signed in. However, if I was signed in, you would see that I've backed this project. I think I've backed all the projects on the show. I should have just stayed signed in this week. But this is a great project. Crazy 9 looks very interesting. It's something that's worth the effort. And you know what? Even if this Kickstarter misses, show them that you think the idea is good. Get out there and actually, you know, throw it some love. Show people that you like this. Share it on social media and say why you share it. Talk about, wow, that's crazy. You got to shoot yourself in the head to get mutant powers. I don't know if I could do that. You know, make it something that's talked about. Make it something that's, you know, given out to other people. And you'd be amazed how when people share things and they talk about them, it can change things in a day. There's no reason to think that on social media, with 3 days to go, that this couldn't fund. Honestly, I could definitely see this being something that could fund. And I don't see a problem with it funding if we all get behind it. And I think it's an interesting as hell type of story. I definitely like it. I'm just going to mute this and play the video while I'm talking for a few seconds about it to show you guys some of the work again that had on it. It's definitely got professional quality. It's definitely something that's exciting. And this is one of those ones where I'll scratch my head and I'll wonder how it didn't get a tag of projects that it loves. Because this is an interesting and unique idea. And I do think that right now, it might be suffering from a little bit of gun violence. Unfortunately, timing with things does affect books. And I understand that there is gun violence in the world and people might not be giving this a chance. I think that's unfair. As creators, we're going to want to talk about gun violence because it's part of our society. It's what we're going to want to do. We're going to want to talk about death. We're going to want to, that's what we're doing creatively. And this is a creative use for a bullet. And I understand that there's a super sensitive and an argument back and forth. And look, I'm not going to tell anyone who's right. I'm not going to tell anyone who's wrong. That's not my job. I'm not here to advocate for bullets, and I'm not here to advocate for guns. But what I am saying is that if this gives you a little bit of pause, possibly because of the gun use and someone shooting them in the head, please understand it's just a vehicle to tell a story. It's a clever and unique idea. Please don't let current politics dictate your readership and your fandom. I do think it's very clever. I think that there's a great creator behind it. I think this is an exciting project, and I think we can all do better by sharing it. So as always, I'm going to show you guys how to share something. I know it sounds funny, but the reason I say show you how to share something is because things have drastically changed on Facebook. If I just shared this, it might get bounced back as spam or not taken serious, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to write something that engages an audience. I'm going to put, wow, would you shoot yourself in the head to become Superman? That's what this Kickstarter is about. And then, of course, because I can't spell, as you guys can clearly see, and anyone who's been on my site sees all the spelling errors, you guys know I need some help sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. We're going to hit post, and boom, it's out there in the world now. So I think I did a pretty good job of showing you guys why we should back it. Wouldn't you agree? I think we should move on to the next Kickstarter. But make sure to spend time today checking out Crazy 9. We're going to check out what Simon Blood is all about.
I'm Flavia, and together with my father, Giancarlo Garapuzzo, I'm the author of the book Simon Blood, The Seventh Moon, which is the first volume of a trilogy. After the success of the crowdfunding campaign that 2 years ago allowed us to produce it, I'm here to present to you the second book of Simon Blood. First and foremost, I feel like I have to thank all of our supporters, all of you that with your contribution helped us realize our project. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. Working on our dreams has been thrilling, wonderful, and exciting. I truly thank you. We've been working on the second volume for the past few months, and we think it's going to be great. An epic tale where good and bad will blend together, with its new characters and breathtaking landscapes. To complete it, we need your support. You can help us by sharing our project with your friends or with a contribution. We will work hard and with dedication. You can help us fulfill our dream.
I am here. I'm sorry about a little bit of silence. I was in the middle of thinking if I was going to sneeze. Something's blooming down here. It's giving me horrible allergy. The art in this is amazing, though, isn't it? Sounds like a great project. Sounds like something fantastic. First book did great. Stretch goals abound. Looks like it's struggling a little bit. I've noticed that Kickstarter's been a little slow so far this year with certain projects. I mean, they've raised $5,000, and you think that's not slow, but when you need 14, that's not. You basically have you know, a long way to go on that. That's what, $8,000, give or take. Let's see, 8, 13, even more around the neighborhood. Yeah, $9,121. So you want to make sure that you're supporting these creators when you believe in something, because it is hard. It is very hard to get some of these books out. And I was talking to someone about this recently, actually. They were telling me that they thought it was ridiculous that indie comic people were spending, charging $5 an issue for a 22-book, sorry about that, just text message, 20-page book. $5 was too much to ask for. And when I questioned them about how much it cost them to make the book, they wouldn't answer me, and they wouldn't answer how much they're paying their artists. And the one thing I want to stress to everyone about that is that, and as we're seeing the art, you have to understand that prices may vary on the different projects. You know, you have different team members, different people make money, and it's an argument over what every artist should be paid for. The general rule of thumb is that the basic price should be $60 a page. Some people argue it should be even more. I've heard the argument should be as upwards to 120 pages is fair. 120 a page. So, and then you got colorists, you got letterers, you got, because not all artists put color in, and you got the inkers, and there's a lot that goes into some comic books. Some artists are a one-stop shop. So far, I've been lucky. I've been with artists who do it all. But, you know, when you get to higher caliber stuff, sometimes the guys or girls don't have time to do all of it for you. So it's going to take some time. So when you're seeing projects like this, you have to understand some books are expensive to make. They really, really are. And this, in regards to book, isn't just your average book. This has, I believe this is a collection of, I want to see how many pages it is. So here we go. We'll check out the pledge amounts right here. We'll do the special, here we go, comic book plus exclusive cover. You get 2 physical copies of the book, a thank you, you get a pencil illustration, you get a portfolio, so you get a limited edition book. Wow, that wasn't what we wanted. So it's pretty cool what they're giving away. Here's about the book. This started 2 years ago. It's a volume. It does not say the page count. I am assuming that even with, I mean, they're talking about 20 pages of bonus count here. So that tells you that this has got to be, I mean, there's the books itself. I'm not, here we go. Okay, it'll be a 52-page full color book. So that's kind of cool. And of course, he's an artist from Marvel, DC Comics, Image, IDW, publishing Delcourt Dupuis, and present the graphic novel. So, I mean, this is someone who's talented, who is probably up there around $220 a page, if not more. And I don't want to speculate how much more it would be, but $220 sounds like something that might be in the realm of what they get, if not higher. So understand when you're pricing something, things may vary. Just saying, keep that in mind as a consumer of indie comics. Not every book is the same. Not every production value and cost is the same. Simon Blood looks like an exciting adventure. I think you guys should all give it a chance today, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send it out to our Twitterverse and see if someone from Twitter might enjoy this, and I'm just going to send that out. I know you get more things with tweets, but I'm always worried about going over because I'm a wordy little bitch. So we're going to move on to multi-larceny, and we're going to check out this amazing project.
Hello, and thank you for checking out our Kickstarter for Multi-Larceny. I am Matt Kuhn, the writer, coming back to Kickstarter with my second comic after successfully fulfilling Digital Forever last year. For Multi-Larceny, I am with the talented artist Bora Urkel on art and Ertan Seahan on color. Multi-Larceny is a one-shot, full-color crime comic that is a crime story of infinite potential. Please enjoy this trailer we have put together to showcase the art and give you a preview of the story. Thank you for your support.
I think this type of thing can really happen. So granted that it happens every day.
Now, I'm not 100% sure about that music that's up there right now. Because of that, I'm going to go ahead and just pause the music and talk over it. Just because you know, copyright stuff. I don't want to be involved in any of that. So this looks pretty cool. Close to the goal. 8 days to go. Very, very easy to get that in 8 days. We're only talking about raising an additional $767. So that's not bad. You could definitely raise that with your help. So that's what this show is about, to show you guys this amazing project that you can be part of today. And you guys can see the art right there. And this is, of course, like he said, the second book that he's created. So this is his first time. He's already fulfilled his first book, so that's awesome. You know, and I do know some people don't always get their rewards, and I've talked to a couple of people who haven't, and it happens. Sometimes it's just a mail thing. I had someone who actually recently sent me an email and said, hey, did you ever send it to me? And I was like, I absolutely did. And I checked the tracking information, and the tracking information had it lost. So I have to fill out a stupid claim with the post office about one of my missing books, but I already sent out the other book. So sometimes if you guys don't get something, please tell the creator. You might just be something with the mail. Because remember, if we don't hear back from you guys, we've sent it, we've mailed it. We don't necessarily, I don't check all my tracking. Because then you're talking about checking 50 tracking numbers sometimes. That's a little excessive. I kind of like expect to hear from you guys if there's a problem. I'd hope that you reach out to me, and I think a lot of creators do that too. For the most part, I think most creators want to. Life happens. It does. This looks like a great project. A little bit short on the info on the actual project. We got the about right here, which is about multi-larceny. It's a crime story with a science fiction twist, creating a new technology. Crimes can be committed anywhere in the world. Would you stop it, or would you use it to benefit? The funds will be used to pay Bora's page rate for the art and Ethan's color rate, as well as printing and shipping costs. It's a bare bones Kickstarter. There's not a lot of bells and whistles to it, which is kind of cool. I did the same thing with Fetish Babies Aftermath. I would have liked an about authors page and creators page, just a little bit more about them on something like this, because I like to talk about it during these programs when I can. And I thought the video was great, though. The video did a great job, and you can get some original art, so that's really cool. So, I mean, this is definitely something worth your investment of time to check out and see if it's a good fit for you. And remember, I've said this on the show before, and I'll say it again right now. If you guys know someone that might like these projects, hit them up. Let them know about it. Because sometimes, you know, I'm not a big horror person. I'm just not. Don't like horror. Dirk Manning has made me like his horror. But it's very hard to sell me on horror, even anime stuff. And I know a few people who do sell me over on it. But for the most part, I'm not huge fans of it. But I know friends now who are. So if you're not personally into crime stories, maybe, which I don't understand, I love crime stories, then share it with a friend who likes crime stories. Help out a creator, because that's what this is about. That's what the show's about. It's about helping each other out. This looks like a great book. It definitely looks like something that would be cool in my collection, and I suggest that we all back it. We make sure that this gets to launch off of Kickstarter and become part of all of our collections today. We're going to move on to A Nightmare on Egg Street. Now, I do not believe that there is no video for this. And of course, it happens when I'm out of soda. So, you know, whatever's left there, and I'll run through this amazing project, which is already funded, thanks to 42 amazing backers. 1, 2, Freggy's coming for you. So this is a Swampline Comics, and it's proud to present their latest horror comic, A Nightmare on Egg Street. Freggy is terrorizing the teenagers on Egg Street is in this one-shot, 28-page full-color comic. Check out the opening pages cover right here, and we're gonna check them out right now. Let me give you guys the scroll test. So he puts a fork, a knife, a spoon. It's kind of weird. I guess by then he fixed it, and it's no longer that way. So a Nightmare on Elm Street scared the shit out of me. I'll be honest. Even watching this right now makes me feel a little uncomfortable, because I hated Nightmare on Elm Street. I still blame that on why I have nightmares for my entire life. That shit scared me. Something that can actually come and get you. I'm kind of glad to see them make a joke of it. I backed it. I'm going to try to read it and hope that my childhood trauma doesn't come back for me. But I know how insanely popular this is. There are going to be people who love this. And Swampline does such an amazing job handling these types of genre of horror and making them kind of funny. But also there is definitely some intensity to what they do. So while there might be fun in it, there's also that little bit of taste of horror. And of course, you guys get some amazing stuff. You can get an exclusive pinup and Freggy's goodies. You get the printed comics and Freggy t-shirt. So this has definitely got some stuff for collectability. You got some rewards down here, which we're going to go over scroll through real quick. And we're going to get down. And I know Swampline is usually good with putting in creators. Oh, they didn't put the creators this time. I was just giving them a compliment for that. I believe that this is definitely a Chris Allen thing. Let me see up top if they give credit. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I told you they always do. Here we go. Swampline Comics. Swampline Comics are an independent, published, co-created by Chris Allen and Kim Roberts. Both Kim and Chris are comic creators and have created a number of comics together, including Quark Wars, Resurrected, Voodoo Curse, Dragonstein, and much more. Many more. They have teamed up with Juan Felites to create A Nightmare on Egg Street. This first book is what will become an ongoing series of horror parodies starring scary feathered birds. So keep your eye out for more horror classics from Swampline Comics coming out soon. It's an amazing project. I'm definitely already on board, even though I'm terrified of Freddy. I am seriously. I think if someone came up to my table dressed as Freddy, unless it was sexy Freddy girl, I would actually just be like, I'm sorry, I have to go to the bathroom. And I'd go to the bathroom and cry. So I'm hoping this book helps me through some trauma, some childhood trauma. I really do. Right now, I'm a little creeped out. So I suggest you guys check it out if you're a horror fan or a fan of humor. But let's move on because the bird is scaring me. This is Kaiju Gods.
Hey everybody, thank you for taking the time to check out the Kaiju Gods Kickstarter. My name is Alex Madej, the head editor of Kaiju Gods. Kaiju Gods is an upcoming anthology with 14 stories, over 40 creators from all around the world, telling original kaiju tales. The reason I wanted to make this anthology was there's something always exciting about kaiju and giant monsters. And even though the phrase kaiju was only coined like around the time of Godzilla, giant strange monsters have always been a part of storytelling. There's just something about giant strange monsters that show up out of unexplained places, whether it's the ocean or a cave or from space, from religion to ancient times. There's always seems to be these giant strange monsters that are part of stories and lore. And when I think about that, that's just always been a part of humanity and storytelling from all places, all civilizations. That really excites me. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to get a collection of some of the greatest minds and my favorite creators together and see what they could do with the concept of giant monsters. I went out and started talking to all the people I know that I wanted to get involved. And it turned out that a lot of people actually had giant monster stories that they wanted to tell, or kaiju tales. I think kaiju means something different to everybody, from maybe being scary to enjoying just the mystery of a new giant creature and not knowing what it could do next. The thing about a book this size is there's a lot of people involved and it costs a lot of money. This money will go towards print costs and distribution costs to have enough copies for us to bring to cons and sell on our websites and on our stores, and to you for backing us. So we're very proud of this and we want to get this out. Thank you for checking out our video, and I hope you'll be able to back us and enjoy some kaiju with us.
Now, the one thing I'll say about what he said about the cost and all that, doing an anthology becomes almost a logistics nightmare at first. I know I'm having some trouble with mine. I might actually have to outsource and for some help and see what I'm doing wrong, because I can't get the coloring book for Jack C. Anderson going. So it is very hard to get creators together sometimes, and it's just timing. I've had certain creators who can't commit to this time, can't commit to that time, and it's just a nightmare, you know? So the fact that these anthologies do come together and are made are a little bit of a miracle, considering sometimes all the scheduling that goes into this. But this book looks amazing. And I remember growing up, I can tell you, I was probably 5, 6. We still had a black and white TV because I'm old, apparently older than most people who watch this show. And I had a black and white TV in the bedroom. And I used to watch Godzilla on WPIX because I was from New York. That was Channel 11. They used the Twin Towers as their logo. And I used to watch Godzilla. I watched them all. And half the time I didn't understand shit. I didn't care what anyone was saying. All I wanted to see was the monster come in and rip things apart. This is kind of very amazingly cool to see it brought to life. I'm digging it. I'm a big fan of it. Some amazing, talented people are on this project. And here we go. Okay, so here is loaded with the creative people. We're only going to do first names because I suck at last names. But here we go. We got Alex. See, even Alex, I've been calling Alex Mayday. And it's Madej. So that's why I don't do last. I'm going to try not to do last names. So Alex, Carrie, Andrew, Bob Sally. You all know Bob Sally. Amazing creator. He's in this. Robert, Daniel Warner is from Masks. Chris, Tizvi, Lugazak, Jan, William, Justin, Anthony, Flower, Darren, Megan, Brittany, Garrett Gunn. You guys know Garrett Gunn, right? If you don't, you got to look him up. Great guy. Nicholas Torres, another great guy. He's actually, I think, the one who tipped me off to this originally. London, Chuck, Gia, Kevin, Kevin's also a guy who had let me know about it, but I think Nicholas had actually beat him to it. Rodistik, Skylar, Bram, Patrick, Eric Palacki. You all know Eric Palacki, and if you don't, you need to look him up. Adam, Leslie, and you need to look up all these people because I've seen all these names pop up all around. The people I'm just pointing out are people on my friends list. Enzo, I think I know Enzo too. If it's the Enzo I think it is, he's from around here. He's a great guy. Frankie, Jay, Queen, Chris, Avery, Amber, Ed, I know Ed, Brian, Katrina Navarro, I think Katrina's on my list, Buster, Aaron, Ross, Lynette, Michael, Natalie, Arfen, Michelle, Sharon, and more. There's even more than that. How insane is that? So this is a great project. It really, really is. I mean, the art in it is just, I mean, look at that cover. How amazing is that? I mean, you get to see some of these projects and you're just in awe of the amazingness of it, you know? And because remember, I mean, I always say this, like, I'm a creator, but before I was a creator, I was a fan. And that's kind of the point, is that I think with indie especially, you see a lot of people who are not treating this as a job. We treat this as what it is. It's a passion. So to see things like this now, the whole thing I wonder, is that a giant chick? Is she like the biggest chick in the world? I'm so interested. I'm enamored by that. I'm like, I can't say anything more because it'd be a dirty comment. I keep it clean, but just wow. Okay, I'll just say that, just wow. And she looks naked. So I'm gonna scroll down before I get myself in trouble. But I mean, just amazing. And I could talk about this one all day. And you get some amazing commissions here. You get an Adam Ferris commission. You get collector cards. You get other commissions from some of the amazing artists. And you can become a kaiju god. Be illustrated as a kaiju god in the back of the book. How cool would that be? Wouldn't I look good as a kaiju god? Unfortunately, I need to eat. If I didn't need to eat, I would definitely get that. No, it's not even available anymore. Someone's already the kaiju god. Bastards beat me to it. But I mean, and you guys can see these are rewards that have been taken up already and not even available anymore. That's how popular this has been. Understandably so. Like I said, this is my childhood. Black and white TV. In my parents' bedroom, because at the time, and me and my sister shared a room growing up, we didn't have a TV, so we'd have to sneak into their room to watch TV. We didn't get a TV in our room until I think my little sister was born. We got a TV in our room finally. Before that, there was no TVs in our room. So definitely cool to see this come to life. So I'm excited. I am. Can't wait to get the book and be able to read and see the amazing work of these amazing creators. A little bit to go. 10 days to go. It definitely needs some love. It needs a lot. Oh, Kevin's on with us. Thank you a lot for talking, Kaiju. Oh man, this is an amazing project, Kevin. I don't know what's up. Kickstarter seems to be a little slow this time of year. I cannot believe this is another one. Like, I see the things that Kickstarter loves, and forget about my projects, which of course I think Kickstarter should love. How doesn't this project get a seal of approval? How doesn't this? I mean, this is everyone's childhood. I do not care if you watched it or didn't watch it. If you grew up, you know about Godzilla. You know about giant creatures. This one is an amazing project. It's got amazing creators behind it. You got Bob Sally. You got Kevin in on this. You got so many amazing creators. I don't understand how this did not get, just on that, on the amount of creative power on this comic book, how this does not get a Project We Love badge. You know, if there's a complaint box, I think we should all fill it out for Kickstarter and be like, you guys are missing out here. Even Jax is upset. You hear him in the background. He's like, he's cursing in baby right now. Cursing in baby because he's so mad. But I mean, this is an amazing project. I could literally talk about it all day. And maybe I can get some of the guys on. I mean, there are 10 days to go. Maybe I can get Kevin on to do the new Creator Talk show that we're going to be doing. Maybe I can get a bunch of them together and we talk about how amazing this project is. Stay tuned. I'm going to try. Let's try to get this definitely funded. It needs under $8,000. Well, 8,000. What is that? $8,371. We can get this done in 10 days. Become part of it. Share it today. Back it. Let's get on some shows. Kevin said he'll do a show. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this one. This one is one that we need to have because it's freaking giant dinosaurs and giant monsters. It's kaiju madness. Back it now. And then we're on to this. It is my mentor search. And I'm going to explain something in just a few seconds about how I've been treating this. I explained a little earlier on Kickstarter, but for now, we're going to roll the video I made. And it is rolling. Hey guys, I'm here at a Comic-Con. I'm on the road. We're talking about Fetish Babies issue 3 already, mentor search, coming to Kickstarter right now. With being on the road, I've met a lot of amazing people. And it's because of you guys who backed this project that we're here today. We've already had Fetish Babies become a big hit. We're about to hit the road with Aftermath, the mentor search. This is, of course, a young woman's journey through the New York City fetish underground. And it is up to you to help us get that 3rd issue out and help us remain on the road at the Comic-Con so I can meet people and I can bring the book to change perspectives of what people think about people who have a fetish. Because thanks to certain movies that are coming out right now, we're looked at in a very bad light right now, and I want to change that. It's all about creating a narrative that explains the humanity in fetish. So join me, and let's make a change in the world of fetish and learn about something that some of you might not know, and for those who are into it like I am, it'll be something that you really appreciate because we put a lot of energy into it. Thank you for joining us. Now, this book actually finds me in a weird crossroads with the series. So, we launched book 1, had 1,000 copies made. We're excited about it. Everything was going good. Even for one book, we were doing good at tables. We were able to cover table costs at certain cons with just one book. How amazing does that sound? The reality of Irma sets in. Irma kind of destroyed over 400 copies. This completely changed the model that I had going for it. Because originally we were going to do 1,000 copies of issue number 1, probably do 500 copies of issue number 2, and then see where we're at with issue number 3, gearing up to do an anthology after possibly releasing issue number 4. The anthology was probably going to be pushed to 2020. And I was going to do it a little slower, but now it seems to be a situation where it's just not going to work out the way I wanted it to, and instead of going slower, I'm going to go faster. And I'm going to try to get you guys the book into an anthology as soon as I can. With that in mind, so this is where it gets a little different. With that in mind, I only asked for 250 on this go around because I want to print the books that I need to get out to the fans who've been following the series. I didn't want to ask for a lot. And when we launched, I didn't really promote it. I let it kind of be naturally. And one of the things I was trying to do with this, because I knew I had such a low goal, I wanted to do a soft open with the Kickstarter. And the reason I want to do this is because I hear a lot of people complain, oh, you over promoted. Oh, I see it all the time. And you get people who, especially with this topic, who get a little sensitive about it. And I don't want to argue with my friends, and I don't want to upset anyone. So I figured if I did the right thing, this is cool because this is an actual friend of mine who's becoming a actual character. How cool is that? So the point of this book is going to be obviously to open doors, and I don't want to do that by making people offended by me oversharing. And there's the amazing, talented artist who's behind this time around. It's Damien Alves. So Damien, of course, love that name because my son's name is Damien, Jack's Damien Anderson. And of course, very proud to have Chuck as our proofreader. And he's no longer the editor of Written Sins. He's now the editor of Indie Advocates. You guys know we changed. So, and of course, we have some nods to the past artists because they're featured here. Chris Mad. We didn't bring Chris Mad back for this book. He's a stretch goal, but I didn't expect to get there. We still might, and if I get there, I'll have him do it. I think we're going to have him do it for the 4th book. We'll have her finish the ongoing story where we're going with this character. The only reason I didn't do the 3rd book is because I kind of didn't want to give anything away for this. I wanted to save a lot of it for the anthology. But back to my point I was making. So here we go. For this book, the reason I haven't been overly promoting it is I'm hoping to do something called the Blitz. So I haven't aggravated anyone at this point. I haven't put my stuff out there too much. And I think people understand in the last couple of days that you're promoting it more. So I'm hoping I'm right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote the hell out of it, starting actually with this program. Once a day, you'll see me online talking about this now. And I've spent all my time not talking about it, not talking about anything about it, deliberately, so when it comes off now, it's fresh. Time is going to be running out. There's not a lot of time left. So by the time you guys see this, I'm hoping you're going to want to back it, because this is an amazing project. This is made to be something that is powerful, whether you're into it or not. And it is so powerful to be on the road and hear stories. And I've had people hug me. I've had people thank me for talking about abuse, for bringing light to the problems and just showing the honest perspective of fetish. That's amazing. I made a comic book that people thank me for. And I'm honestly not sure emotionally how to react to that, other than being supremely just overwhelmed by it and amazed by it. And I know touch sounds corny, but it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to someone to thank you for creating a comic book that you always wanted to create. And I didn't expect that. When I made this, I didn't expect to thank you unless we changed the perspective, which is, of course, the goal. We want to change this perspective. That's what the philosophy is about, changing the perspective. So please, if you haven't checked this out, please check it out in PDF form. I guarantee you, if you guys check this out in a PDF form, come the anthology, you're going to want the book. The art is beautiful. The art is part of the book. I'm about to write up something. I already did write up something that will explain how important the art is that will be put into the third book. I am amazed by the power that can be done through comic books. And I really hope this comic book can change perspectives. But I need your help. And I need you to share it. I need you to talk about it. I need you to give it a chance. I made the PDF pack so cheap. I think you can get all three of them. All three of them for $10. That's not bad for a PDF file. That's 3 books. All 3 books are 90 pages. So a lot of indie comics are 20 pages of content. 20 pages of content. 4 books would be 80. So I think that that's fair. Just as a PDF, selling it for 2. I think $90 was fair. And you know, if you guys want the whole collection, I'm giving away the whole collection, the PDF collection, for $20. And I'm even throwing in the Dark Justice and the NYR and the Gothic Blue. If you guys haven't read that, that's some of my, I love the stuff. I've wanted to make it. I'm really upset that I haven't been able to make those books yet. I'm planning to make those books. And honestly, you know, some of the stalling on some of the books is because what I do with Indie Advocates, and by talking about other people's projects, it does affect my ability to do my own work. And that's why I'm so appreciative by the people who do help me. But I also need you guys to be able to come on board and keep me going, because making comics isn't cheap. This Kickstarter helps me continue what I'm doing and helps me continue doing Indie Advocates too, because without Kickstarter, I wouldn't be able to afford to continue doing this. And I'm not going to say I wouldn't do Indie Advocates, but it'd be harder because I'd have to find another way to make it in life. Being disabled, this is like kind of my last shot at doing anything that I want to do with the rest of my life. And this is like an all-in. So for me, Kickstarter is very important. I want to invite you guys in. That's why I did the PDF so low. I want you to read what I'm writing, because I know if you read what I'm writing, you guys will become a fan and you'll understand the power of fetish. I could go on, and I will go on over the next 10 days, but for now, we're going to do a recap of the show. This is, of course, for those who tuned in a little late or have fast-forwarded, this is Back Me Before They Blast Off. This is Kickstarter Last Rites, Issue 9, Bloody Larceny of Eggs and Kaiju Gods While Searching for a Mentor. This is the list on it. We're going to go backwards and tell you all their elevator pitches. So here we go. Mentor Search, our third date with readers. Time to get freaky. Barbara isn't looking to be saved. She is looking to be taught. Will Bruce say yes to bring her to being her mentor? Can Barbara regain her fetishes? Kaiju Gods. Kaiju Gods is a comic book anthology of 14 stories, 180 pages, over 40 creators, all original kaiju content. A Nightmare on Egg Street is something sinister is haunting the dreams of local teams, and A Nightmare on Egg Street Multi-Larceny is a science fiction crime comic of infinitive potential. Multi-Larceny one-shot comic, a crime story with a science fiction twist. Heroes, victims, villains connected in a race of time and space. Don't forget to check out Simon Blood, Volume 2, Welcome to Simon Blood, a graphic novel by Gina Carli and Flavio Caracuzzo. I know I'm saying that wrong, so I'm sorry. Crazy 9, graphic novel anthology, riveting comic. Crazy 9 is a new drug on the streets, requiring the ultimate sacrifice in order to gain the power of the subconscious. And of course, if you're going to do your own Kickstarter anytime soon, smart bet to read from people who have done it before and know what they're talking about. Madeline Holling Rising is just such a person. Buy her book now on Amazon, Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, 2nd edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding. And remember, supporting any one of these Kickstarters, including my own, $1 could mean the world, because $1 shows support, attracts attention, helps funds project, support indie creators, and helps create new worlds. And it also sends a signal to all of your friends that you believe in the creator. This has been the first video of Kickstarter talk on the new Indie Advocates brand. Thank you for tuning in. We will talk to you all soon. And remember, it only takes, you know, a few dollars to support indie comics, and you can support indie comics on Kickstarter today.